Hey guys, welcome back. This is a 20-minute desk refresh for you if you sit at a desk all day, if you spend a lot of time on your computer, or even experience any issues with your neck and your low back from being on your phone for multiple minutes and hours a day. And for this one, you're going to need a prop. So a yoga strap is perfect. If you don't have a yoga strap, then grab a towel, a t-shirt, or maybe even an exercise band, like a resistance band, will work really well too. Something that's long enough to go outer shoulder width distance apart. So when you're ready, let's get started. And coming onto your hands and your knees, turn your fingers back towards you and walk your knees back a little bit so you have some space. And you'll start by lifting your heels, the heels of the hands off the floor, and just reach your hips back. So you're bringing your arms on a nice angle, stretching gently through the hands and breathing. And slowly lean forward, plant the hands down, spread the fingers wide, and then lean back. Now our body is wrapped in these layers of connective tissue called fascia, and it's a really responsive system. And let's just keep moving forward and back like that. And it responds to weight bearing and pressure, which can include poor posture, or the shoulders leaning forward, the head coming forward over the neck, which can cause a lot of irritation as the body tries to compensate for that. And go ahead and reach back and see if you can press the heels of your hands forward and down and just increase this angle. Okay, take a breath in. Remember, there's no pain ever, so if you ever hit up against that edge, then just come out of it slightly. And then slowly release. And now you'll point the hands forward. Just give them a little bit of a wiggle, like you're flicking water off your fingertips, and even shake them out. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And so what we're doing in this sequence is really working to bring some more resiliency and hydration back to these tissues. So you're going to place your forearm of your right hand, or your right arm, onto the floor with the palm facing upwards towards the ceiling. And go ahead and take your left knee and your left shin onto this nice big chunk of muscle and start to really softly just move the leg around on top of the muscle of your forearm, the belly of the arm. And we're not going for pressure here. We're just going for a really gentle gliding movement. And then slide that knee or the shin bone down. Just make it really soft and smooth. And gently release. And switch sides. Sliding the forearm down. I'm going to spin myself to face you here. Forearm down. And then the right shin or the knee comes on top of the forearm, and massaging it in a circular motion, finding a nice tender, juicy spot. If you've never done this before, then it's interesting. And then slide the knee down. Sometimes your fingers sort of like uncontrollably move as you're doing this. It's like a cool little science experiment. And then release. Come back down onto your hands and knees and spread the fingers wide and point them forward. And ground down into the knuckle mounds, the finger pads. We can often skip this part, but it's really helpful to remember that because everything is interconnected, that by moving through these really small routines and making them part of our regimen, turn the hands back towards you, we make a bigger impact over long periods of time. And slide forward and back again. Breathing. And see if you notice a difference. And go ahead and lean back, peel your hands up off the floor, give them another circle in both directions, a little shake, and a little bit of that flicking action. And now grab your strap or your towel or your band. And you're gonna hold it in your hand so that they're shoulder width distance apart. And I like to fold up my strap because it can get a little bit wily and out of control with the buckle and all these loose edges. And take it out in front of you like so. Now you might need to go wider depending on how tight you are in the shoulders, so just take it step by step. As you lengthen up through the long column of your spine, zip your low ribs in towards each other and slide them down towards the belly. Okay, keep them moving down and back as you inhale the arms up and overhead. And then exhale to bend the elbows like cactus. Try not to pop forward, so keep knitting them back. And then you're gonna reach the arms back up and overhead. Exhale, forward and down. I'm gonna adjust my little strap here. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Preparation is key. Oh my gosh. Come back. Okay. Let's try that again. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale back. Inhale up, long spine. Exhale forward and back. This is called shoulder flossing. So back, bend the elbows. Inhale up, maybe for obvious reasons. And I'm gonna go a little bit longer in my strap so that this time, as I go back, the arms will stretch all the way back behind me. Good. Again, ribs move back, stretch up. 2 more times, inhale, lift up. Exhale back. Now you don't have to straighten the arms and go that far, but it's your call and just where you want to find your edge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale back. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale forward. And release your strap. Give your shoulders a little shake, a little shimmy. Come onto hands and knees. Find your tabletop. Shoulders land right over the wrists. Then the hands plug down into the floor as the toes tuck under. And squeeze your ribs and your belly in towards your back. And on your inhale, slowly push the chest through, lift the hips. Exhale to tuck the tail and round the spine into cat pose. You can always untuck the toes. Inhale forward, giving a slight tone in your navel. And exhale to round back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale, round forward. And exhale back. Yeah, keep this tone of the navel as you slowly return to your neutral spine. Walk the hands forward. Shimmy the hips back. Come into puppy pose for 1 round of breath. Stretch and reach as you gaze forward in between the hands. And gently tuck the toes under. Lift yourself into downward facing dog. And bending the knees and pedaling out the feet. Try to breathe in and out through the nostrils. And give the head a little bit of a shake, yes and no. And then come back to stillness. Stretch back and down through the heels as you press the mat away from you and gently squeeze the arms up and in towards the ears. Take a breath in to lift your right leg up and back for a 3-legged dog. And then step your right foot all the way through. We're gonna move right into it. Inhale to pull the chest through. Shoulders soften away from the ears. And then exhale, straighten the right leg. Inhale, glide forward. Reach the sternum forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale, straighten. And then inhale forward, and as you pull the belly in, press down into your feet, slide shoulders away from the ears and float the arms up and overhead into high lunge. Landing here, take a round of breath to settle in. And find the front body and draw it in towards the back. Lengthen up through the back of the neck and the back of the head. Feel a lightness here as your bones stack in perfect order. And we'll flow a little bit from high lunge. And so slowly drop the left knee and just bring it to a hover. You'll slide that front body back, feeling some sensation. Go and press down into the feet, hug the legs in, and then exhale. Come into a high lunge with the arms back and the torso reaching forward. And flow through that again. Inhale up, exhale, hover down. And exhale, straighten the legs, and inhale, sweep the arms back. Keep pulling the ribs in. Inhale up, exhale down. Last time, inhale, sweep the arms forward. Back behind you. And then release the both hands down. And from here, you'll slowly drop the back knee to the mat and leans forward so that you come off the top of your kneecap. Squeeze the legs in. Breathe the arms up and overhead. And getting into this nice, juicy thigh stretch. Interlace your hands behind the upper part of your skull. Let the thumbs come to the base of the skull, and as you gently tug upwards, press the head back into your hands like you're just cradling the skull in the palms of your hands, and reach the elbows apart. Now squeeze the shoulders together and puff the chest forward. Zip the low belly, take your gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, release, and billow the spine forward in the opposite direction. Draw your navel in. Sweep the arms back behind you and straighten your right leg. Squeeze that right hip back. Shoulders reach back. Deep and full breath in. Hold here. Reach your hips and your head away from each other. And then slowly plant the right foot back down. Lower the hands down to frame your front foot and step back into plank pose. You can lower the knees here if you like. And breathe the column of your spine long. Sternum forward, heels reach back. Slowly lower down to your knees, your chest and your chin. Untuck your toes and slither yourself forward as you wrap your shoulder blades back, squeezing them down and away from the ears. Even walk the hands back slightly. And let's turn on those upper back muscles a little bit more. Hover the hands off of the mat. Squeeze them in. And for 3, 2, and 1, slowly release. Curl the toes under, slide yourself back. Woo, downward facing dog. And feeling that smooth and fluid breath in and out through the nostrils. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale to step it all the way through. And reach the heart forward. Exhale, pull the leg back and straighten as you fold. A couple more times. Inhale, lengthen the heart, reach through the back heel. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, forward. Plug down into your feet and breathe the arms up and overhead. And feel the shoulders just kind of melt away from the ears. So they're still reaching up and away from the floor, but there's also this softness around the base of your neck. And can we just land in this space of trust and of ease, even as we're meeting this challenge? And steady your gaze and steady your breath. And from here, we reach the arms back. From here, we dip the back knee down first, squeeze the legs in, ribs back. And inhale, straighten, sweep arms behind you, shoulders squeeze together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dip that back knee down, reach your tail toward your heel. And straighten and sweep. And inhale. Exhale, dip down, hover, tail down. Feel the pelvis Draw down towards the floor. Reaching back, growing longer through the spine. One more time, inhale, reach up, and exhale, hover the knee down. Whoo-wee. Good, sweep the arms back, shoulders back. Good, from here you'll plant the hands down, lower your knee to the floor, and bend forward. Squeeze the legs in, and let that knee come forward over the ankle, rolling off the top of your back kneecap, and then draw the arms up and overhead. And pick your ribs up and off of your hips. Keep drawing the tailbone down and then soften along the sides of your neck. Interlace your hands behind the upper portion of your skull. Keep that belly toned and use the thumbs almost like you're lifting the skull up towards the sky. Broaden across the front of your chest. Press the upper part of your head back into your hands like it's just relaxing into a hammock. And take a deep breath in. Inhale, reverse that shape, billow the spine back, pull the navel in. Now slowly reach the arms back behind you, feel the shoulders move back. As you straighten your left leg, pull your toes towards your nose and squeeze that left heel in towards you. Reach your head and your hips in opposite directions so you feel the length and the stretch. Woo, slowly rebend. Plant the hands down. Step all the way back. Plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Untuck your toes. Wrap shoulders back this time. Just lift everything up off of the floor. Shalabhasana, locust pose. And as you move the shoulders together, reach the neck away from the rest of your body so that you feel that subtle length. And press down into the front of your pelvis and let the muscles in the back of the body start doing all the work. One more deep and full breath in. And exhale, slowly release. And slowly move yourself back into a child's pose. And as you gently lift your hips up and curl your toes under, and in one fluid movement, you're going to walk yourself to the back of your mat. Just give yourself a little bit more of this release in the upper body. And so fold forward, bend your knees enough to rest your chest on your thighs. Get heavy into your feet. Interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck. And let the elbows collapse down towards the floor as the head and the neck release. This neck traction is so nice to create a little bit more space and length. Breathing in and out through the nose. Maybe straighten your legs. And as you press down, pull up into your pelvis. Slowly releasing your hands, walking yourself forward, lowering all the way down to your knees. And in these last few moments, just simply find a comfortable seat. And this is meant to propel you back into your day. Let's roll the shoulders up to your ears. And take a breath in. And a slow breath out. And feel everything soften and release. And gathering your hands together in front of your heart. And a little smile. And thank you so much. Namaste.